Hello, girls.
Rachel, I've always thought Charlie Gold is a twat.
Charlie Gold has released a video on her channel titled Messy. She took the bait. And in this video, she shares more screenshots from this Discord that Rachel was in with other reaction channels and some of their viewers. She also shares some screenshots of conversations between Rachel and Emily. We have seen some of these screenshots and others we have not. So I took what I could from the video. I might have missed some. Also, while I'm recording this video, it's possible that more screenshots have been released. So this is what I have relevant to me right now. This is what is new to me right now. Let us get into these screenshots. And also, I will leave a link to Charlie's video in the description box, so you can also have a watch over there and see the perspective that she has on all of this. So first screenshot, we have a conversation between Rachel and Emily. So Emily says, "Do you have an estimate of which day the video goes up? Is this the one that you share some of the AdSense?" So that's what Emily said. So Rachel replied and said, "It's all right. Complicated as these things are, but I'm hanging in. I've just deleted a bunch of messages because I laid out a whole plan, which I then realized I don't think is gonna work. About the structure, I just deleted all of them because I realized that plan wasn't going to work." Well, I think she texted that twice. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, I'm happy to split AdSense on the finance video with you. By the finance video, I mean the one where I talk about Amber not paying you back for the trip and her still owing you money, etc. I think you said you had receipts of her in the same message chain saying she has rent due or something and couldn't pay you back until the first, and telling you not to get the expensive plane ticket. So Amber is saying, hey, don't get the expensive plane ticket. Well, I am so confused because over the years we have known that Amberlynn makes thousands and thousands of dollars from YouTube. So like, if she's saying that I've got rent due and I can't pay, don't get an expensive plane ticket, what's going on with her finances? Anyway, not that it's our business, but it kind of is our business, truly. Oh, I thought you were going to split on the next one with the video. Then Rachel sends a voice note. This one is from a Discord chat. So it says, this is Rachel. "I even have the whole conversation screen recorded where I make the initial offer, and I have the voice note from her explaining how Amberlynn paid for nothing, and then my next message is, let me share this, we can split the AdSense," in one screen recording. So she's dumb if she tries to lie. I think she's talking about Emily from like the previous screenshot that we just saw from the Instagram DMs. Jawbone replies, "Yeah, she's tripped herself up by being standoffish about this video." Someone else replies to Rachel saying, "She likely would though. She's proved herself to be both dumb and vicious." Then someone else replies and says, "Maybe some of Amber rubbed off on her, apart from the leaky legs." God. Not the legs. Rachel responds, "I'll sit on it just in case I ever need it. Haha, ill." Yup, you're messy. Next up, Jawbone says, "I think Emily deliberately misunderstood the agreement to try and get you to pay her for all the videos, to be honest." Someone replies to Jawbone and says, "She definitely got greedy." Rachel said, "Yep." Hexicana said, "Oh." She said, "Oh, well then who cares, lol." Jawbone, "Double check with Flake, but the ankle definitely is public, so is Jordy." So I think they're referencing how the ankle and Jordy said that they would pay for certain information, like the BPD meltdown video. So I think that's what they're referring to. And then Rachel replies to Jawbone and says, "Could have not been clearer." Someone else says, "Is Flake definitely public knowledge?" Rachel, "Flake might not be." Hexicana says, "I won't mention Flake just to be safe." Someone else says, "I'm not sure and my memory is almost as bad as his." So here we can see that they're discussing that, hey, is Snowflake public about his dealings with Emily? So what is going on? Did Mr. Snowflake also pay Emily to get those text message receipts that he had? I'm curious to find out, because Hexicana is saying, "I won't mention Flake just to be safe." So just to be safe, in case he hasn't come up with this information himself, let's just not talk about it. This is crazy. It's like a little like cartel, isn't it? It's like a little mob, a little mafia. It's so funny. Right, and then we have seen this one. So Jawbone says, "I'm not suggesting you watch it, but it's pointless, but Jordy said that you offering to pay in exchange for tea is not a big deal and isn't sure what the fuss is about. So that should clear the air a bit for you. Fair play to him." And then Rachel sends this reaction of Dave. And says, love that from Jordy. And then Jawbone says, so you are not really being publicly hang drawn and quartered, diva. Rest easy. Rachel responds, if Jordy says it's all right, then I'm off the hook. I'll wipe my tears with banknotes. In this one, Hecticana says to Rachel, I'm going to make a video about this. I'm going to say I'm disappointed that you offered to pay, but I'm also going to point out that I don't know what I would do if it were me, because honestly, I'm not sure I could have resisted knowing how big this story would be. So I'm not going to be mean or anything. So you see, so Hecticana here is saying to Rachel, hey, just a heads up, I'm making this video about you. This is what I'm going to say. Oh my God, y'all are, like I said, it's like a little mafia, isn't it? Dang. That took me. Okay, we're back. Rachel responds, haha. And then Hecticana says, and yes, please do. Jawbone responds to Hecticana said, how could you? And Jawbone is making light of it, saying, oh, how could you, like make such a video saying that you're disappointed in Rachel? How could you do that? Oh my days, that's just hilarious. Right, so we have seen this one where Hecticana says, are you going to give the money to Beck? The comments were pretty overwhelming in favor of that. Rachel says, I don't know. I don't think so, to be honest. Feels wrong. I can't explain why, but I can see how it's a huge FU to both of them, so I can see the appeal. Might do a poll and then blame it on that. I don't know. But the poll would be Beck, so I've got time to think on it. If I do charity, I can write it off my taxes. Haha. Someone replies, says, I think that's best, to be honest. Rachel says, it feels cleaner. Someone else says, I don't understand why people even suggested it until I reread the statement a second time. Both from an accounts and moral point of view, I think a charity with a registered charity number is best. Rachel said, I don't know why. Yeah, I lean this way also, but there is something satisfying and petty about giving it to Beck. Haha, I'll think about it. And then we've also seen this one. Rachel says, she sent me a video of her smoking. Someone replies, that's weird. Jawbone says, oh, that feels like her dipping her toe into video calling. Rachel said, I flirted a little, not gonna lie, I wanted the tea. Julia said, delicious Kansas stick in an ashtray, mouth delicious. Rachel says, it got a bit uncomfortable, not gonna lie, I'm a big old flirt, and she took the bait. So, editing literally here. The bit where Rachel says Emily sent her a video of her smoking. Now I'm like, upon reading that's very weird. Like, yeah, why would Emily send Rachel a video of her smoking? But then I came across a video where Rachel says that in her current relationship, when her missus is having when her missus is out and about, when they're out and she has a social cigarette, she finds that very hot and attractive. I will put the clip here.
A night out and my girlfriend sparks one social cigarette, I cannot help but find it insanely hot. Even though I know it's awful for her, it still looks good.
So I can't help but wonder or think that when Rachel was flirting with Emily, she probably mentioned something like that, oh, she finds social smoking attractive. Anyway, that's just a thought. But that's how I got the tea. So it's okay to fancy Emily. Be honest with us. We listen and we don't judge. Rachel says, I don't know. I'll show you the smoking video tomorrow. Another one that we've seen also, Jawbone saying, genuinely considering reaching out to Emily, that kind of money would change my life. Rachel says, I feel like if people knew, there would be a lot more understanding. Haha. Someone says, I doubt it. I think those with the hump will just have the hump. I guess kind of saying those people who'll be upset will be upset anyway. Rachel says they will anyway when they see the donation. That video made 3.6k so far. So I'll be forced to out myself. Haha. Then Rachel replies to Jawbone and says, I sim for money, literally. Did people think I was gonna get the best tea in girl world for months and not have to get a bit muddy? Ha ha ha. And then in this one, someone shares a screenshot from Obese to Beast's video and they say, popular idiot, Obese to Beast, also riding the Rachel train. What? Y'all. I am sorry. Okay, I am so sorry. Okay, I'm probably being naive, right? I'm probably being naive, but I suppose my naivety is coming from the fact that on different occasions we've seen these reaction channels talk about each other in such high regard, but then we go into this Discord chat and then we see them trash talking each other. Like, that's just like, I know like these things happen, but I'm just like, whoa. Do you get what I mean? I can't even explain what I'm feeling right now, This person says, this is why I'm watching Vintage Jimmy. Almost everything I was being offered was nonsense, so I thought I might as well opt for intentionally silly. Oh my God. I'm so sorry if you're wearing headphones, but the next person is Studio Deets. You know what? I've been wondering why Studio Deets is not covering this Rachel drama with Charlie Gold. And we know why, because Studio Deets is also in this Discord. So Studio Deets said a 20-minute video could never actually cover what happened, which automatically means this is crap. Wow. Jawbone says, I'm avoiding other people talking about Rachel at the moment. I feel too close to the case. Of course you are. And then someone replies and says, what I will say is everyone is going to have a great Christmas thanks to Rachel. She best gets lots of Christmas cards. So essentially saying that everyone will have a great Christmas reaction channels because of this tea, because we're going to be talking about the content, which we are. And they're not wrong. You know, I mean, the ones who are monetized, I'm not. Okay. Just so we're clear. Next up, we have Rachel saying, I've always thought Charlie Gold is a twat. Also, Emily would probably have never told anyone. She might have, but the stuff I know about her and the voice notes etc I have from her, she would have been very, very stupid to have told anyone about this. So she probably would never have. People are also forgetting I could have just paid her and it would have probably never gotten out. Also, I know this is petty, but I make videos to make money and none of these creators do it for any other reason, I'm sure. And if I compare Charlie's views to mine, I'm doing something right. Wow. Mexicana says, yeah, people up in arms about it are either naive or stupid if they think we don't make videos for money. Rachel says, if you offered them the amount of money I've made off this, they would all do way worse things and offer someone money. Also, they're mainly all mad because she's a quote-unquote feeder and that stopped looking likely as I thought. So hilarious how they think they know everything. It's just a little bit, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth how, you know, from what we've seen like Hexicana and Rachel, how Rachel is speaking about her audience. It's like they're so naive. Oh, they think they know everything. It's very Amberlynn coded, right? It's like the way Amberlynn talks about Hater Nation. Like they're talking about their audience with this level of like superiority, like they're better than their audience and that they're cleverer than their audience. Yeah, I don't like that. And then someone says, let them think what they think. Spend your evening sipping from bottles of tatty bowls, surrounded by people who care about you. As you say, plenty of people have done less ethical things than pay a source in the pursuit of money. Those who haven't, it's often for the lack of opportunity too, rather than morality. I like Snowflake method, Rachel. So are we saying that Snowflake also paid Emily? Like, is this the Snowflake method? All right. The next one says, someone posted a picture of Rachel's wine story and said Emily is feeding Rachel now. Rachel is skinnier than Colleen, but that gives more time to feed. I can't. Is that what someone said? Rachel better borrow Flake's mask, then she's in there. Rachel said, idiots, ha ha ha. I'll lean into it, hilarious. I'm going on full Mr. Snowflake mode. Like you see, she's referring to her audience as idiots and says, I'm going full Mr. Snowflake mode. Like, what does that mean? What does Mr. Snowflake mode mean? Is it that Snowflake paid Emily? Or like, does that mean something else? Like, what method does Snowflake use? Rachel says, I get paid whether they hate me or love me, ha ha ha. And this also feeds into that conversation people were having on Reddit saying, yes, she's losing subscribers, but what might impact her channel is not engaging. So she's saying whether you leave a negative comment, you dislike the video, you leave a positive comment, it's all engagement, which helps her channel make money because what makes money is the views, like your eyeballs viewing her video. Whether you hate her or not, she's still getting money for your time. That's what she's essentially saying. And that she thinks that we're idiots too. Ciao, I roll. And someone says, as long as they watch you, it's all profit. Exactly, just like what I explained. And someone says, well, this little group love you, if that helps. All right, we have reached the end. So those were the Discord screenshots. There were some screenshot conversations between Emily and Rachel, but we've already seen those. And I think Rachel addressed those in her recent video, which I'm still reacting to. So I have seen those already. But if you want to see all the screenshots, they're in Charlie Gold's video at the end. Like the timestamp it says screenshot dumps. So you can go and read them over there. Honestly, I just feel like the wind has been taken out of me just seeing how Rachel and all these people are talking about their audience, saying that they're idiots, you know, saying that people are naive, people are dumb, people are stupid. I think I think now from read, it's not even about, okay, yes, you paid Emily whatever, but it's like you're not even someone who appreciates your audience. I know she talks about people don't do YouTube for the love of what they do, but I think some people do. I will disagree there. Some people do, and they also get compensated for it, and they appreciate their audience. But Rachel's like, let me just capitalize off of this girl world audience because she knows that this is a reactive community. So either way, if she's talking about Amber Lane or anybody girl world adjacent, she will profit from it. Like anyway, as she said, fair play to her, she said she's in it for the money. She's been honest about it. But just seeing the disregard for the audience, that just leaves a very bad taste in my mouth.
If I find what Rachel uploads to be something worth discussing, I may discuss it. Chances are, though, this will just be a week of viewers and creators criticizing and laughing at a reactor whose head got too big and felt a bit too comfortable in a Discord. Rachel needs to just take it on the chin because, unlike her, some creators are transparent about their intentions. My intentions are simple. I got some receipts of some mess, and I'm choosing to turn that mess into content, and I didn't have to flirt with a feeder or mislead viewers to get it. Not too bad for a twat. That's mid, huh?
All right, girls, as usual, in the comments, let us talk. Let's have a chat. I want to read what you guys have to say. Yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.